Yo, welcome back to the First Round Potential Show. I am your host, Tomo, and I got my co-host with me, Wavy. Talk to me, brother. How we doing? How we feeling? We back in action.
Yes, sir. We back, y'all. The wait is officially over. We are back. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for more content. We're gonna be rocking and rolling in this thing. So y'all just stay locked in. We're gonna get straight into it.
Straight into it, man. Yeah, we getting right into it, literally. Talking fall camp, Colorado, Coach Prime, the changes he's made, all of that good stuff. By the way, before we get started, just a happy birthday to the GOAT himself, Coach Prime.
Happy birthday, coach. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The man, the myth, the legend, the game changer, the trendsetter, all of the above, right? But anyways, man, give me your thoughts so far on Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes, their first week of fall camp, right?
Yeah.
All the changes that he's made. He brought in 2 new coordinators, got a new starting quarterback and Julian JuJu Lewis. We've been waiting for this anyways. Tell me your thoughts overall, what you've seen so far just within this first week of fall camp from those guys.
Heck yeah, with Coach Palm and the Buffaloes, heading into a new season. There's a lot of attention on the program still, and for reasons, they need to win, right? Is Coach Palm a bust, or is he gonna do what he said he was gonna do to the program and turn it around? So I think with Colorado, it has to reshape a lot of its roster, especially on defense with the returning players, transfers, and younger talent. Just fighting for their spot on the team. And I'm just excited about the competition. I think this team has a lot of talent, but talent is one thing. So the question is whether they can turn that talent into consistency to bring out wins. And I think just really focusing on the trenches that's what I've been paying attention to during camp, and just really watching the trenches because Colorado have athletes all over the field, but can they control the line of scrimmage? And I think it's going to be difficult to consistently win in the Big 12, but I do think they can do it.
Yep, I couldn't agree more, bro. Everything when we both played at the Power 4 level, so planning the trenches is literally what keeps the game going. That's what keeps things
Everything.
going. They set the tempo, they set the tone to any practice, any game, wherever you step through. Those big guys is the ones that really got the key to that engine. I like that so far, man. I also wanted to ask you, he brought in 2 new coordinators, man. He brought in a mastermind on the offensive side and Brennan Marion, and he brought a guy that's when you talking about attention to details, knows how to coach these guys, a developer, what else did I want to say? This defensive coordinator, Chris Marve, man, he impressed me so far, man. What you think of these guys?
Yeah, I think they've done a good job thus far throughout camp, and it's just getting the kids to buy in. Buy into the system and in the game plan. And I think if they could do that, they can give themselves a chance to win. A lot of games this season. But that's just most importantly getting these kids to buy into the system, believing, and just going to work every day and building that consistent foundation to have a successful season.
Yep, absolutely. I couldn't agree more, man. So with that being said, we gotta, what we need to know what's going on, how these guys gonna do, with the transfer that's been made. What do you see? Give me a floor and then give me a ceiling of where you think the bus will end. So you can pretty much give me a record prediction of what you think how the bus will fare this season, in the Big 12 and just in general.
Yeah, I'm thinking let me see. I'm thinking I think they can win 7 games. I think that's easily attainable for the Buffs this season.
Okay.
And I think maximum is 9. I think 9 is really will surprise a lot of us if they go out there and win 9 games this season. That's just exactly where I'm at with it. I think the biggest question isn't whether Colorado has playmakers. They do. It's whether they can play complementary football, right? You can't rely on explosive plays every single week. You need to run the ball, protect the quarterback, get off the field defensively, and just winning those ugly games. And I think, with the team that they got right now structured around these coaches, I think easily they can win 7 to 9 games.
Yeah, I'll just piggyback off of that what you said. Like you said, they have to be able to run the football. That's what this go-go offense is, right? It's typically like a run and shoot on steroids, right?
Yeah.
That's what they're made to do, right? These and what I've seen so far in camp, because I've been doing the show now with my guy Miles Hot Buffs over at VOCFB Colorado. We've been talking about this go-go offense, and this offensive line is physical. Right? They physical, they nasty, they know they got something to prove. They not with the narrative that's been going on in since Coach Prime got there that the offensive line is is terrible. They're not with none of that, right? So mentality wise, I definitely think they brought in the right guys. Of course, we got to see how these guys react when the bullets start flying on September 3rd in Atlanta, right? But when that happened, that's when we'll really see who's really up for the test, who's really ready to show up and show out on this big stage that they got, right? Definitely agree with you there when it comes to the trenches and guys being able to set the tone there in the trenches. So so with that being said, who you think? Give me a guy that you see is just poised to have a breakout season for the Buffs.
The quarterback position and go with JuJu. I'm gonna go with JuJu. I think he can make some noise nationally this year, and could shock the country this season. The reason why I'm picking him is because I think the opportunity is going to be there. Sometimes it's not necessarily about being the most talented player on the field, or it's more about being in the right situation and getting the reps, taking advantage of your opportunities. And I think the coaches that the coordinators Prime brought in will definitely help JuJu be successful in those parts of his game. And I feel like he's just in the right situation. And along with that, with the skilled players they got, I think he'll put up some good numbers this season to kind of raise some eyebrows and make his name known nationally. I'm going with JuJu this season.
Okay, I like that take. I mean, in order for these guys to have a successful season, you got to have a guy at the helm playing point guard to distribute the ball to these guys, to run the offense, right? To make sure everybody is in the right position, clock management, all of that good stuff, right? JuJu is the face of the franchise, so he got to make it happen, right? I do believe in JuJu. I really do think that he's going to do exactly what he needs to do to let this offense and let these playmakers do what they want to do. I will give you my breakout player, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows Boo Carter is my breakout player for the Buffs. I think this is comeback season, get back season, spooky season, man. But anyways, man, I did want to talk about 3 premier receivers in college football this year: Jeremiah Smith, Malachi Tony, and Cam Coleman. But bro, let's just hold that off. Let's get to that next episode, man. Stay tuned, man. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, jumping back in with us on the First Round Potential Show. We back at it. You got any words before we get out of here, brother?
Hey, we back. I already know what time it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us your thoughts in the comments. What y'all got the Buffs going this season. Just let us know. We look at the comments. We tuned in. We locked in. So we're going to keep rocking. First Round Potential. We out.
We out. Let's do it.
Hey, yo, baby. Where you at?
Us against the world, you know what's happening. For the members, I spin again. We got it poppin', it's me and my twin. We pay the prices to live this life. So many nights, Miss Patron with the ice.